In this video, I will get every advancement in hardcore Minecraft within 100 days. Trust me, I will not mess this up. Hardcore Minecraft is a pretty difficult game. I mean, it's the most difficult mode you can play in vanilla. Mobs spawn more often, they do more damage to you, and then if you happen to die, you can't respawn. I'm sure you all know this by now. But the thing is, I've gotten pretty good at the game, surviving 3,500 days in my main hardcore world and going the last 2,600 of those without even popping a totem. And I've been hungry for a new way to challenge myself. Now, Minecraft has 95 advancements as of 1.18, ranging from the simple act of sleeping to having every effect applied to your player at the same time. And I want to try to earn all of them in just 100 days of a new world. Quick shout out to the big dog and other players who have attempted this challenge. This is it. 100 days, all advancements. I'm not quite sure what I'm getting myself into, but as soon as I click this button, I guess it's time to get serious. On day 1, I spawn in with one goal in mind: kill the dragon as soon as possible. I quickly check to see what's around me at spawn, and I see that I have a village and an ocean, which is going to be great for future advancements. I immediately get to work crafting my basic tools and killing some cows and sheep. I gather some more food from the village and go ahead and knock out the advancement for trading with a villager. One advancement down, just like that. I'm not even gonna take this leather helmet. I need something way better than leather before I go into the nether. I kill the iron golem, collect some beds, craft an iron pickaxe, and head to the ocean. I tried to spend some time mining in an underwater cave by using doors as air pockets, but I forgot what it's like to play without aqua affinity, respiration, and depth strider, and I give up on it only after smelting 7 iron ingots. Luckily for me though, I find a shipwreck right after this. I get some more iron and a treasure map and immediately start heading for it. However, with night still upon me and only a chest plate crafted so far, I didn't feel comfortable getting on land to dig for it yet. So I continued scouting out the ocean and came across a second shipwreck, and in this one, I hit the jackpot. That's what we wanted to see. I crafted up my full iron armor, checked the map chest and found a compass, and went to sleep to knock out sweet dreams. That's a solid first day right there. On day 2, I find my treasure. I get some gold ingots, my first diamond, and for some reason, I don't take the Heart of the Sea, but I do take the water breathing potions. I don't really know what I was thinking. I noticed that I had seeds in my inventory and decided to knock out a seedy place before dropping them. Right after this, I find a lava pool. So I craft up my gold boots, build my portal, and immediately enter the nether. Please just put me anywhere but the soul sand. I was happy to at least see that I got a safe spawn. And it got even better when I traveled only 100 blocks away and spotted a bastion. And I knew that I had to head straight for it. Once I made my way over there, I could see that the top of it actually punched into the netherrack, and I decided to dig into it to make it as safe as possible. I knocked out the advancement for stepping inside, but I was terrified that I'd run into a piglin brute. And this ghast only decided to make it worse, but I got an amazing shot off on it. I was struggling to figure out what type of bastion this was and where I could find the gold blocks. I was about to give up on it and just leave, but I figured I should at least find a chest to get some loot. I find my first piglin brute, but luckily he can't get to me and I was able to take him out with a lava bucket. And right next to him was a chest. I get the war pigs advancement and a lodestone. And I didn't even realize how big that was, but it takes a whole netherite ingot just to craft one of those, and I got it for free here. And with that now in hand, I decided to leave the bastion to end day 2. Right after crossing into day 3, I noticed that there's a front section of this bastion that digs into the basalt delta next to it, and I realize I'm looking at a bridge bastion, probably the best kind for this challenge. It has the most gold blocks, and even better, this one was completely enclosed. So I sealed the bridge off and was safely able to mine it all out. I almost got trapped in lava, but I'm so fast that I didn't even lose the gold block, and I was able to leave with 14 of them. I got into a fight with one hoglin, then a second, and then I made it back to my portal and left the nether. I just needed a breather. By the time I made it to the overworld, the sun had already set. I spent the rest of night 3 scouting more of my area around me and found a shipwreck with 1 soul on board. Well, he wasn't protecting much, that's for sure. When the sun came up on day 4, I was ready to go back in the nether and find my fortress. Considering I didn't see any en route to the bastion, I knew it was gonna have to be in the opposite direction from my portal, which means I had to do a ton of bridging over the lava. I found some piglins and gave them all of my gold because I really just wanted fire res potions. And I got them, they traded them with me. But they also traded me 12 pearls, which I'm pretty sure is unbelievable for 1.18. Thank you, Bridge Bastion, for all of your gold. If I had any other bastion, I doubt I would have rolled that many pearls. With those trades, I was ready to continue my fortress hunt. And after traveling for a while, I finally saw a spawner on my pie chart. And I just had to hope that it wasn't another bastion. I started digging through the basalt towards the direction of it, and that took me the whole rest of day 4. By day 5, I was still digging. I hit an open area with loads of magma cubes, which I was happy to collect, and once I found a clear space, I finally saw the fortress. Just a bit more digging, and I was there. I drank my fire res, sealed off an area around the blaze spawner so no wither skeletons could sneak up on me, and I farmed my blaze rods. But let me tell you, you cannot let your guard down around these things with iron armor. That was 2 melee hits. 2 hits. If I was burning before that, I likely would have been a goner. I kind of think blazes are OP, but maybe that's just me. After that scare, I figured I had 9 rods and decided to just get out of there. I am done with the nether for today. Ooh, oh my gosh. It's so scary going into that with iron armor. Man, I was not expecting that. Terrified, absolutely terrified. The rest of day 5 was spent on the long trek back home, but I made it back to the overworld just in time for the sunrise. On day 6, I went ahead and used my compass on my lodestone to get the country load advancement. I did some much needed inventory management, aka dump everything you own in a chest. And then I crafted and threw my first Eye of Ender. I was on my way to the stronghold. On my way, I raided another village, got not today thank you by blocking a shot from a skeleton, and just continued my hunt into the morning. By day 7, after finding a ruined portal, I finally find the stronghold, but I only have 8 eyes plus 1 pearl left. So unless my portal room has 4 eyes, I'm in trouble. I dig down, navigate my scuffed stronghold, and find my portal room, and it only has 2 eyes. Frick, I'm literally 1 eye short. I searched the rest of the stronghold for the chests, hoping that I could find 1 more pearl. However, I wasn't so lucky, but it did have more diamonds, and that will help me out a ton. After failing my search, I realized that I'm gonna need to leave the stronghold. So I dig up right from the portal room and find myself on the surface by day 8. With diamonds in hand, I rush back to my ruined nether portal and craft a diamond pickaxe so that I can repair it. I enter the nether and spend some time searching for a warped forest, which took some time because I kept running into groups of hoglins. But once I was within one, I turned my render distance down and started trapping endermen. I hung out there until I collected 5 ender pearls. I know I only needed 1, but I felt much safer getting spares to use for an emergency in the dragon fight. I run back to my new nether portal and return to the overworld by the beginning of day 9. All right, 3 a.m. I'm ready for it. I'm terrified, but I'm ready for it. Here goes nothing. I'm shaking. Just towering. I'm shaking. Okay, come on, I can do this. Oh my god, dude. This is probably the biggest misplay I make for this whole challenge. The whole point of killing the Ender Dragon this early was so that I could rush out to the end cities for elytras, diamond gear, and shulkers. But the thing is, I've been casually practicing speedruns in preparation for this challenge. And with those, I always stand in the portal after the dragon fight to stop the timer as early as possible. So with the adrenaline pumping through my 3 a.m. brain, I thought I was ending a speedrun like normal and I sent myself back to spawn instead of going out to the end cities, not even realizing the mistake until the next day. I'm shaking. Oh. The next day in real life, I know I messed up, but it's still pretty early in day 9 for me because the dragon fight only took a few minutes. So taking advantage of the situation I was in, I set up some villager trades at spawn and got the Parrot and Bats advancement just because I had wheat on me. I also realized that this is gonna allow me to collect materials for fireworks before going in to get my elytra. So I spent some time killing creepers for gunpowder, and then I hit the water for sugarcane. And that put me in one of the most scary situations I've experienced yet. That could have gone really wrong for me, but I managed to stay calm and just keep moving. I am in no shape to be dealing with tridents right now. But of course, with my luck, less than 30 seconds later, I'm dodging a second one. Dude, can we just chill out? I'm just trying to collect some sugar. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like since 1.18, tridents have just been way more common. After dodging tridents all night, I continue my sugarcane hunt on day 10. I find an abandoned mine shaft in the Badlands by spawn, but with no diamond armor, I'm too afraid to really dive in there. I kill some cows for leather and more food, and I make my way back out to the stronghold because that is where I'm gonna live for the rest of this challenge. On my way, of course I find yet another trident, but also a woodland mansion. Are you serious? Dude, never seen one this close to spawn. That is insane. Oh my gosh, I got a pink sheep. On day 11, I find this village right next to my stronghold and craft up 2 lecterns to try rolling Unbreaking 3 and mending for my elytra. I get the Unbreaking trade for a pretty decent price before the sun even sets, but I roll mending in the middle of the night and it's too expensive for me. 32, dang it, dude, I can't afford that. I figure I need to find a way to get emeralds fast, so I go to sleep with the plan to make some new trades in the morning. And first thing on day 12, I get a farmer to trade all of my wheat to. I buy my mending book, and then the only other thing I need is iron to craft my anvil. I find this lush cave that I can use to get an axolotl, but I figure I'll just come back later for that. But after enough mining, I craft my anvil, head down to the stronghold, to the end, and through the gateway portal right as we cross onto day 13. I spent all of day 13 looking for my first end city. Luckily though, my gateway portal generated to the north of the main island, which means if I continue traveling in that direction, I'm guaranteed to find one at some point. If I was traveling east or west, it would actually be possible that I'd never find one because they always generate in lines running those directions. So like if I didn't spawn in on one of those lines, they could always be just out of render distance. I always like to think of the one guy who's just wandering aimlessly out on the end islands, maybe makes it all the way out to the world border without finding a single city. That would just be sad vibes, man. I go ahead and eat a piece of chorus root to work towards a balanced diet, and I continue on running and bridging over the void. I run out of all the blocks I brought, mine some end stone, and right as my pinky's starting to cramp from all the shifting, I see an end city, and a big one. Please have a boat, please have a boat, please have a boat. That's a huge city, please have a boat. I couldn't tell from that far away if it was the kind that had an elytra in it, but upon approaching it, I could see that it was perfect. No, I still can't tell. It is a boat, okay. Exit portal right there too, that's pretty convenient. That gateway portal is going to be huge. I build one final bridge and I am right underneath the boat at the start of day 14. I'm sure you know what happens next. If you thought we were moving quick before, it's about to get a whole lot faster. Curse of binding, yeah, I don't think so. There it is. Mending and Unbreaking 3. Is the dragon head an advancement? I don't think it is. I also don't care enough to go catch that. Perfect, another elytra. Right off the bat. Oh. Heck yeah, there we go. These are my last 2 end cities. Much better. I look much more equipped. Heck yeah, that's a sword right there. I have gotten this one, right? No, maybe I haven't actually. By the end of day 14, I am returning to my first end city, fully stacked with gear now. This is going so well. How is this thing still alive? Really? One thing that I wanted to do before returning home was get a shulker back to the main end island. And thanks to having a gateway portal right next to my end city, it should be pretty easy to do. I build a bridge from the portal to the city, I get a shulker in a boat and ride off the tower. Completely missing the bridge that I made. Wow, we didn't make it at all. It gets even worse when I get hit with levitation and almost die. What the heck? What the heck was that kind of fall? And then on top of all that, I lost my boat in the void and gave up. I think I just lost my boat for good. And if that's the case, then I'm done in the end. Are you kidding me? What is this? On day 16, I return to the main end island and finally pick up the XP from the dragon fight before returning to the overworld. I spend the rest of day 16, 17, 18, and 19 grinding for bookshelves by collecting sugarcane, wood, and leather. Along with this, I spend each of these nights killing creepers for more gunpowder just to get as many fireworks as possible. Oh, heck yeah, dude, I'll take that. Stall. I also find my first zombie villager and trap him in a boat so that I can cure him later. And all of that leads up to day 20 when I'm ready to max out my enchanted gear. On day 20, I'm pretty stacked. I'm carrying full diamond protection 3 and 4, and I have a looting 3 sword. That's gonna be huge for keeping up my fireworks supply. And you know, I'm feeling pretty comfortable at my village, but I go out exploring to check my surroundings, and I find my first pillager outpost and another village to loot. I'm struggling to figure out what the next best play is for me, but then I remember that I have a zombie villager trapped from a few days earlier, and I start getting the materials ready to cure him. But then I made a mundane potion. These literally do nothing, right? Yep. So on day 21, I'm fixing my mistake by heading to the nether to find mushrooms. I struggle for a while and kill a piglin and a zombie piglin to work towards monsters hunted, get the goods, and lose my nether portal. Whatever, I'll take this old one back. On day 22, I craft my first weakness potions and begin curing my first zombie villager. I hang out with him most of the day waiting for the zombie doctor advancement because I'm not sure if he would actually continue curing if I left the area. Pretty sure he would, but I'm not risking that. Once he's all healed up, I start rolling my librarian trades. I'm specifically looking for good bow enchantments, so I have to pass up some pretty good deals. Aw, where was this? Dang it, dude, I want that. I roll trades all night with this dude, and he won't give me what I'm looking for. And as time continues to pass on by, I notice the sun isn't coming up. And when I go outside to see where the moon is in the sky, I realize why. Oh my god, it's a thunderstorm right now, isn't it? Now, a lot of stuff happens here on day 23, all at the same time. For this challenge, you have to act fast in thunderstorms because there's specific advancements you need from them, and they only come around every so often, and it can be as short as just a few seconds. The only one that I could complete right now is Surge Protector, which requires lightning to strike a lightning rod near a villager's house. The problem was, I didn't have a lightning rod. I run back to my village, mine just a little bit of raw copper, check out those 1.18 drop rates, chuck it in a furnace, and then I see I have another zombie villager here. I can't ignore that either. I trap him in a boat, box him up, craft my lightning rod, and head to a nearby village because as important as this thunderstorm was, I didn't want to risk losing any of my villagers. Kinda dumb, I know. Luckily for me, this thunderstorm wouldn't quit, and I was able to pull off Surge Protector before it ended. The rest of day 23, I spent curing my new zombie villager with the plan to make him my source for emeralds. I turned him into a mason to get those sweet, sweet clay trades. Clay trades better than stick trades. Just saying. On day 24, I realized that I'm almost a quarter of the way through this challenge, and I've only just had my first thunderstorm. It's time that I get my trident so that I'll be prepared with channeling for the next one. I head to the ocean and just hunt all day for drowns. I need to kill every one of them that I see holding a trident or nautilus shell. Drowns still spawn like crazy, just like they did for me on day 9. And after spending only 1 day on the hunt, I get my trident. Oh, I got it. Oh, thank goodness. I got that really fast too. I thought this would have been the peak of day 24, but it gets even better on my flight home when I find some pretty cool stuff. Oh my, right next to spawn. No way. This is where I should be living. So many ocean monuments too. This seed is crazy. On day 25, I'm still on my way back. I scoop up a bucket of powdered snow and visit a few new biomes before I make it home. I go ahead and make a pair of leather boots for light as a rabbit, and then I craft a spyglass with amethyst shards that I actually got while I was out on my drowned hunt. Then I go out and look at stuff. Hey. The rest of the day is spent collecting beds from some of the villages that I found because on day 26, I'm ready to start earning my nether advancements. So once I enter, it's game on. I'm officially a quarter of the way to day 100, and I know it's been pretty slow just grinding for good gear, but I'm still feeling confident. I'm thinking the slow beginning will lead me to a faster finish because there's nothing holding me back now. My top priority is getting the 3 wither skulls out of the way early, so I head back to my fortress to look for wither skeletons. My fortress is in a basalt delta, which means spawn rates will be high, and while it sounds cool, it's also super dangerous. Within the blink of an eye, I can go from being on my own to totally overwhelmed by mobs all around me. I honestly let my nerves get to me in that situation, and I handle it terribly, and I decide that I'm just gonna leave and find a safer fortress and accept the lower spawn rates. Not the biggest fan of this fortress, I kinda wanna find a different one. I find a second one in another waste biome just a few hundred blocks away and continue the grind there. Worth it. I'm so glad that I have my looting 3 sword because after just a few skeletons, I actually get my first skull. Heck yeah, already got one, not bad. Right after this, I pick up some nether wart for potions, look at a ghast with my spyglass, and distract the piglin with gold. Pretty good for the first day on the nether grind, honestly. On day 27, I'm back at it trying to get my second and third wither skull. My spawns don't seem to be as good in the fortress today, so I go out and find 2 more and pick up hot tourist in the process. But even at these new fortresses, I'm still having terrible luck on my drop rates. Eventually though, I do pull a second skull and then I call my shot on the third. That felt pretty cool. Your batch has to drop it, right? Oh my gosh, I actually got it. I'm done in the nether. I realize that I'm pretty far out in the nether and decide to go ahead and earn subspace bubble. But when I go to build my new nether portal, I realize, oh, I don't have a flint and steel. Frick, I'm unprepared. Maybe I can get a fire charge from this guy though. That'd be awesome. Oh, I did get a fire charge, no way. Easy. As soon as I exit and get the advancement, I see a brave little puppy out there all on his own. I run back to the nether, get my bones, and before I know it, I have a new best friend and a pretty good plan. Okay, from here, I say I fly south and pick up a bunch of biomes on the way back home. It's gonna be a long flight, but I should be able to get there on the 29 rockets and this much elytra left. By the morning of day 28, I'm still flying, just trying to touch any biome that I can and looting any ruin portal that I see in the hopes to find a notch apple. The highlight of the day was finding the rarest biome in the game. Oh, finally desert too. I don't think I've been in a desert yet. Yeah, I know it's not, but deserts are just so hard to find nowadays. But even though this biome isn't that crazy, I did find something pretty cool within it. Blacksmith? Double blacksmith village, what the heck? Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh, holy obby too. After that village, I check out the area around me to try to find a desert temple and instead find this abandoned mineshaft in an adjacent badlands. Sadly, no good loot came out of it, but at least I made sure to kill a cave spider for monsters hunted before continuing my journey back home. A few more rockets, lots of buffer pauses, and I'm back home by nightfall with 45 out of the 50 1.18 biomes explored. With time to kill waiting for the sun to come up, I go ahead and try to enchant my bow. Kind of want infinity, and it's just infinity. I'm actually mad. That didn't go so well, and neither did enchanting my trident. Dang it, dude, both of them are wastes? Anyway, remember when I got all of those beds for the nether on day 25? Yeah, I totally forgot about those. So on day 29, I'm back in the nether and ready to mine for my ancient debris. This was my first time ever mining for it with beds, and to tell you the truth, I'm terrified of the bed strategy. You know, actually that wasn't so bad. Ah, there's my first piece. Oh, 2 pieces, no way. There it is. This lava though. The lava got really annoying after each explosion and slowed this whole process down a ton. I spent all of day 29 exploding beds underground and most of day 30 as well. But it was time well spent because I exited the nether with 21 pieces of ancient debris. A great first trip, even though my golden helmet doesn't think so. On day 31, I checked my inventory to see how close I am to setting up a 4-tiered beacon because as early as it is, I need to start thinking about how I'm gonna pull that off. Within the next 70 days, I need 164 blocks, whole blocks of either iron, gold, diamond, or emeralds, and currently, I'm looking at next to none of those. So really there's only one thing to do. Looks like I'm going mining for a minute. I wasn't really sure if this was the best strategy for me. Mining was the first thing that I wanted to test because I haven't actually tried mining iron much since the new Fortune 3 rates were added in 1.17. Plus, mining stone will allow me to trade for more emeralds with my mason, so it's a win-win. Oh, that's it, huh? On day 32, I'm starting to make a dent in my beacon progress, but I realize that mining is not gonna be the best way to complete it. I honestly think this mason and his clay trades are gonna be my saving grace. So with my Fortune 3 shovel in hand, I go collect days worth of clay, and I'm ready to grind emeralds out long term. Overnight, I return to my first zombie villager that I never actually used, and I roll librarian trades for channeling so that I can be ready for the next thunderstorm. Once I got that, I remembered that I was still missing some enchantments that I needed on my other equipment. My bow was running with just Unbreaking 3 and Power 3, and I definitely wanted better stuff on that. Also, I still desperately needed Feather Falling 4 on my boots. So for day 33, after I lay out some copper blocks to begin oxidizing, I fly out to another village to get some librarians to trade those books to me. I take a power 3 trade to at least get my bow to power 4, only to get a power 4 trade right after this. Not the biggest deal, but I mean, come on. And I also purchased 2 Feather Falling 3 books. No. Since that was the last armor enchantment that I really wanted to get, I'm ready to do something big. On day 34, I finally craft up a smithing table and upgrade all of my diamond armor to netherite to complete Cover Me in Ancient Debris. And now, I know it's probably getting old, but for the 3rd day in a row, I'm out rolling librarian trades. I'm still looking for infinity, and while I'm at it, piercing 2 for when I get a crossbow. All right, now this is getting old too. 1 villager gives me infinity, 1 gives me 2 piercing 3 books, and on day 35, I'm ready to head to a pillager outpost. I never really understood why pillagers are so protective of their outpost. There's nothing in there. What are they trying to keep safe? They put a chest of like logs, wheat, and potatoes up at the top and get mad if you get anywhere near it. Don't mess with my 1 chest of junk, dude, or I'm gonna... Anyway, I'm smacking these pillagers like nobody's business when one of them finally drops a crossbow. I pick that up, get old Betsy for shooting it once, and turn around and ask them, who's the pillager now? Wait, that was also my first time shooting a bow at something? Huh. After that, I fly back home and put piercing 4 on this and wait for nightfall because I need to try to get 2 birds, 1 arrow, where I kill 2 phantoms with 1 crossbow shot. A few minutes later, a batch of 3 spawns in. I run to an open area of my village, kill 1, draw my bow back, and patiently wait. First try, dude, so easy. Once I have this completed, I take a long look at how far I've come, and more importantly, how far I have left to go. I need to start working on some of the tougher long-term advancements before letting too much time pass on me. Eating every item, taming every cat, breeding all animals, finding every biome, I need to get to work on these. I start preparing for a big trip by running to a nearby swamp for slime that I'll use to craft leads. That's gonna help a ton with the animal breeding. And on day 36, I prepare a bunch of foods that I don't think I've eaten yet when this wandering trader surprises me with the most clutch trade I could have ever asked for. Oh my gosh, this is sick. I get fishy business, tactical fishing, land a shot for sniper duel, and just before the sun comes up on day 37, I leave for my big hunting session. In the morning, I breed my pigs and horses, then find an abandoned mineshaft with a zombie spawner right inside. Sadly, still no notch apple and really not much of anything. I find this village with cats to tame, but then I remember I didn't bring any fish. By night, I get these 2 cats tamed, bred, and then I see this village has a 3rd and 4th cat. Tame, and I'm out. I find another village and get a 5th cat before the night's over. I'm almost halfway done in 1 day. As the sun's coming up on day 38, I breed some sea turtles and continue looking for biomes and cats. It's a day much the same as the last. I get cat number 6, number 7, lots of gold blocks from the ruined portals, no notch apple, but I did eat a puffer fish, so that's pretty different. And when I check my advancements, I see that I have 48 out of the 50 biomes visited for adventuring time. So it's just a matter of time before I complete it. On day 39, I breed some bees, kill a guardian, breed a horse and a donkey together for a mule, then 2 donkeys together for a donkey, and then I get total bee location, and cat number 8, plus a 6 shot on this stray. Day 40 is all about cat number 9, number 10, breeding rabbits, and then just having a nightmare of a time trying to get these llamas bred with hostile mobs and phantoms all around me. But I don't leave until it's complete. That's another animal I can check off 2 by 2. On day 41, I'm 20,000 blocks away from home and I decide to turn back. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't get adventuring time yet, so I get a list of all the biomes in the game together to try to narrow down which ones I may still need to visit. And after crossing all of the ones off that I know I've been to, I'm left with just eroded badlands and stony peaks. I just hope that I didn't incorrectly cross anything off. I take a different axis back home to fly through new chunks to maybe find those biomes, my final cat, and of course, more animals to breed. I land in a spruce forest to breed 2 foxes, and at night, I find a village with my final cat. This is my final one. Come on, don't be like this. Heck yes, dude. Good kitty. Oh, another mushroom, nice. Actually, I gotta breed those guys. Still no notch apple today, but I do find a jungle just before sunrise to breed more animals in on day 42. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the ocelots breed today. If I could just get this parrot to leave me alone. This parrot, dude. Oh, okay, that works. Before I leave, I know I need to try to breed pandas as well. And I find 2 of them standing right next to each other when I thought I got attacked by one. What the hell? This was a weird learning experience for me. I had some trouble getting the pandas to breed, which led me to consult Dr. Goog for the reason behind it, and I learned pandas have to be around bamboo in order to have a baby. Otherwise, they just eat the bamboo that you give them. Super weird, and honestly, I was surprised that moving them next to the bamboo worked, just like Goog said. I guess every time I've bred pandas in the past, they've just been around bamboo already. I had no idea this was a mechanic. Look at the baby! Oh my goodness. Once I'm done with them, I run into a lush cave that was here and scoop up an axolotl for the cutest predator and a second one so that I can breed them later. I leave the jungle and find a desert with a few temples in it, so I pause here until sunrise so that I can loot them all the next day. On day 43, I loot 4 desert temples and 2 abandoned mine shafts. Still no notch apple. The amount of time it's taking me to find one is far exceeding my expectations. I've been looting multiple ruined portals a day on this trip, and it's gotten to the point where every chest I open now, I expect to see one. However, I still have 57 days of looting to do, so as nervous as I'm getting about it, I know I'll find one soon. I just continue my journey back home and I don't find anywhere else that I need to stop. So by the end of the day, I get close enough to make it back by tomorrow. Right at the start of day 44, I find a mountain with some goats on it. I breed 2 of them together and then get one in a boat for whatever floats your goat, and then I'm on my way. I finally make it back home, and the first thing that I do is check out my beacon progress after adding all the treasure I got on my trip. It's looking pretty good. I have about half of the blocks that I need, so I know that if I just keep getting gold from ruined portals, I'll be in good shape. I also go ahead and plant some flowers and place my beehive to start building a honey supply. And by night, the bees have done enough work for me to harvest my first honey bottle, and I just eat it. I hate that sound so much. At this point, the only thing concerning me is that notch apple, because it's completely out of my control and I need to find one to complete a balanced diet. So I head out to the Badlands by spawn to look for abandoned mine shafts, but I also find this massive desert with loads of temples to loot. I pass through an eroded section of the Badlands to successfully visit 49 out of 50 biomes, and then I spent all of day 45 and 46 just looting these biomes. Another desert temple. Heavily protected. That must mean good things. Nope. Dude, come on. Where are the notch apples? I cannot believe I still don't have it. Once I've done all the looting that I could in these biomes, I head back home on day 47 and take care of something extremely important, my inventory. It's time we really sit down and put some effort into organizing all of my... No, I'm not doing that. I just make new chests so that I can empty out my shulkers before leaving once again. I'm on the hunt for stony peaks, and I'm not coming home until I know that I've at least visited them. And hopefully, in the process, I'll get adventuring time. I stop and check out this jungle because one thing that I've noticed since the release of 1.18 is that there seems to be this weird system biome generation method where certain biomes like to generate together. Deserts and badlands, jungles and sparse jungles, those things make sense, but for some reason I seem to recall seeing stony peaks next to jungles in my hardcore world multiple times. But sadly, that doesn't seem to be the case here, and I continue my hunt normally. And on day 48, I actually find the biome that I needed. Oh, please be a stony peak. Nope, it's not. Frick, man. Oh, it is! No way! Heck yeah, dude. That is a huge advancement out of the way on day 47. Wait, 48. Day 48. Once I'm there, I notice there's a ton of iron here, just out in the open. So before I leave, I mine it all out because any progress that I can make on a beacon is a good use of time. Honestly, considering how long it took me to find my stony peaks, I didn't expect it to be this close to home. So I actually continue traveling away in the hopes to find another desert for more chances at getting a notch apple. I stop at some villages for beds in case I want to do more netherite mining, and as I make my way on to day 49, I reach a new desert. This seems like where a desert would maybe hang out. Those are twigs. Haha, I was spot on, man. Sister biomes, desert, and warm oceans. You probably guessed it, another day of looting and a whole bunch of nothing from desert temples. But as night falls upon me, I come across a ruin portal and my hunt finally comes to an end. Please be the one. Yes, dude, yes. I'm done searching. Now that my head is clear, I can start thinking about other advancements. I realize that I'm gonna need rabbit's feet for potions eventually, for Furious Cocktail, and how did we get here? I hate when I have to do this. The next day, on my return trip, I stopped by a village that had some dogs in it to breed 2 of them for a puppy. Yay! Oh, that's so cute. I wish I could have stayed to play for a while, but I just had too much work left to do. And now as I'm making it home, I'm crossing the halfway point in this challenge. I have mixed emotions about it. It's a big milestone, but it's an intimidating one as well. Sun going down on day 50. It's been pretty slow for a while, but now that 2 of the hardest ones are out of the way, I think I'm ready to start speedrunning these. Right after this bit of reflection, I had a drown swim right up to me so that I could get my axolotl to help me kill it. Another easy advancement, but I forgot that I ended my recording for the night already. But I tell you what, we'll reenact it. Get him! Good job, buddy. You did it. Now, it's just like that, but of course, with the advancement. On day 51, I craft my jukebox and grab Stall to bring to a meadow to earn Sound of Music. But before I do that, I'd like to take this moment to let you all know that if you're enjoying the video, make sure you sub to SwitchBackMongo. Glow and behold, easy check. I head out from there, find a meadow by nightfall, and enjoy the sounds of Stall in the rain for a few minutes. It would be Stall. This is honestly such a mood for the type of scene that I have right now. Stormy sunset. Okay, that's enough of that. After that, I'm back home crafting a target block so that I can attempt the bullseye advancement for the rest of the night. And even getting to the point where I'm relying on my F3 screen to change my angles by 1/10 of a degree each shot that I take. What the? Considering how many shots this is taking me, maybe I would be better off getting more redstone and doing it the cheaty way. On day 52, I'm down in the mines looking for redstone when I dig into what I thought was a safe cave. Oh my, where? Honestly, I should have expected that. If I'm gonna dig into a cave, of course there's gonna be a creeper right around the corner. But now with my heart beating through my chest, I grab any redstone, iron, and gold that I find and head up to the surface to start building my bullseye hack machine. Easy, dude. Next up, 4 iron blocks and a pumpkin, and I get me an iron golem for hired help before heading to the nether in the hopes to breed hoglins and striders. I didn't realize how hard this was gonna be. I didn't want to get too close to the hoglins because they're some strong boys. But every time I found 2 of them together, the piglins would swoop in and ruin my day. No. Why are they fighting, man? Frickin' piglins, man. Eventually though, I did get them bred. Do it, do the thing. Do the thing. Yes! Day 53, I'm still in the nether and I thought the struggle was over. The hoglins were tough, but breeding and riding a strider proved to be much more difficult. Buddy! Hey! No! 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 Why you gotta be this way, dude? Are you Stop walking away from me. Are you... I give up. I legit give up. I'm killing him. I don't care. I'm killing him. Frick this guy, dude. Can't win. Good job, bud. Actually, you know what? Here, let's take you. Frickin' go find somebody, huh? Do it, guys. Excellent job. And just like that, day 53 is completely spent up. I exit the nether and I can't tell if I'm looking at a rainy sunset of day 53 or a stormy sunrise of day 54. I need to know because I still need to throw my channeling trident at a villager ASAP. That is incredibly disappointing. I think it was actually a thunderstorm there for a second. That makes me a little bit worried. Is the sun setting or rising? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Oh, it was rising. Never mind. It was nighttime. It wasn't thunderstorm. After figuring that out, I fly out to my warm ocean to scoop up 2 tropical fish, take them back home, and breed my axolotls to complete 2 by 2. Heck yeah! Baby axolotl. Let's go. Another huge advancement out of the way. For the rest of the day, I'm on to little things. Digging more clay for emerald trades, smelting glass, and collecting flowering azaleas so that I can construct a bee farm, because the one hive that I had seems to have lost its bees. But right as I'm about to start building it, the sky goes dark and my priorities quickly shift. Yeah. Again, I have a village right below me, but I insist that I fly out to another one for this advancement. It's still dumb, and I still know. But I make it to my neighboring village and simultaneously get throwaway joke and very, very frightening. Heck yes, dude. This was such a relief. In 54 days, I've only had 2 thunderstorms now, so I may have only had one more opportunity for this advancement if I miss this one. But it's done, it's over with, and I don't need to worry about it anymore. I figured it would be good to use this time to fly out to my mushroom island and turn one mushroom into a brown mushroom so that I could get free suspicious stews for when I start going for how did we get here. It's not necessary, but it would help me save on some emeralds. But literally seconds after I leave my village, the storm ends, making my trident advancements that much crazier. Wait, it's already done raining. Oh my god. I actually had a window of like 30 seconds to pull that off. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I got that done. So now I guess it's back to what I was doing in the first place. I build my bee farm and I place a couple of hives that I've collected on all my trips so that I can again start building a honey supply. On day 55, I buy suspicious stew from my farmer and I go ahead and eat it for a balanced diet. But even after editing this, I'm still not even sure what it did to me. What did I even get? I got it for a second, whatever it was. I breed my bees and harvest as much honey as I can so that by nightfall, I have enough to craft a honey block and get sticky situation. Easy one. Since I'm just cranking advancements now, I decide to go ahead and use my last netherite ingot on my hoe for serious dedication. I really wanted to use that last one on my sword, but you know, I've gotten this far with just diamonds, so I think I'll be fine without it. Next, I'm on to preparation for Star Trader and Caves and Cliffs, both of which require me to build up to the build height limit. But I didn't get very far before the sun came up. On day 56, my villagers are starting to get a bit testy. Hey, what makes you think you belong in there? But I get some honeycomb so that I can get wax on and wax off, and then I'm off to the nether to try to get on the roof. For starters, actually, let's see if we can get a hoglin over here. Is that manageable? Oh my gosh, there's freaking 4 over there though. I'd love to see if I could pull off aggroing just 1. Okay. Yes, okay, got him. Make that 25. I realize that I'm gonna need more ender pearls if I'm gonna get on the nether roof, so I head to the warp forest and kill a few endermen before I realize I'm a complete idiot. Wait, why am I doing this here when I could be going to the end for these pearls? What am I doing? Am I trying to finish the game? Oh man, I'm so dumb. I leave the nether to go to the end like a person with a normal sized brain, and I kill a bunch of endermen for pearls there. Then I realize I still haven't technically finished my first dragon fight, so I shoot out all the end crystals and pick up my dragon egg to complete the next generation before exiting. Easy peasy. On day 57, I'm back in the nether, actually ready to get on the roof. I'm really just trying to get up there for Uneasy Alliance, but I figure it might be nice to set up a portal up there that's connected to my village. But the thing is that I don't actually realize that until I pearl up there, and I kind of just have to guess where my village is. Luckily though, I'm cracked at this game. What am I doing? Okay, all right, please put me close to my village and not in a cave. Yes, haha, calculations. After that, I spend the night grinding a bit of XP to roll some bow enchantments just because, and by the end of day 57, I actually roll a second power 4 bow to combine with mine for power 5. I'm finally done with enchants, I think. Day 58 is spent mining a ton of obsidian, and by that I mean just a stack, because I needed to take it to the nether roof to construct a portal big enough to get a ghast through. Once I have it made, I need to connect it to the overworld, and I'm just hoping it spawns me above ground. But of course, upon exiting, I'm down in the deep slate. For the rest of the day, I'm just mining back up to the surface, and on day 59, I get a portal made in the same coordinates above ground and break the original. So I'm ready to complete Uneasy Alliance, and I think I have a flawless strategy. I have my big portal on the nether roof, but I need to build a spawn surface for gas. Next, I need a cage around it so that if gas spawn, the only way they can escape is through the portal. And finally, I build a tower up about 120 blocks above the portal so that just about anything below the nether roof is out of the mob spawn radius. And this speeds up my spawns for sure once I lower my render distance as well. But sadly, this advancement still wasn't as easy as I thought I made it. It's almost like they called it Uneasy Alliance. First, my gas doesn't teleport when I pull it through the portal, even though I've linked it to the overworld already. And when I go to test it myself, it sends me to a completely different location than before. What? Whatever, now these two portals should be linked. Then I have one disappear as I'm flying down to get it, and it doesn't seem to have gone through the portal itself, because when I travel to the other side, it's nowhere to be found. Then I watch one go through the portal on its own, and still, I don't see it on the other side. But just then, something crazy happens. I actually hear it. What the? Where the heck is she? Mob freaking Central, what is going on? Thank God, dude. Where did she even spawn? What is this, dude? Let's get it twice. Yeah, whatever, man. Love you, Minecraft. Thanks for that. This took me until day 60 to complete, but now I'm ready to return home, and for some reason, I decided to do that through the overworld, and I'm sure glad that I did. What? Dude, a second one, no way. Is it possible for me to like pull a totem real quick just to have one? Like just bop in the second floor, shoot an evoker real quick. If I can find an evoker here, I might actually try it. There's a Vindicator. I bet they'd probably be hanging out right here. Where are they at? There actually are none. There's an evoker. Got a totem. I can now cross Vindicators and Evokers off my list for monsters hunted, and now I also have a Totem of Undying, which means that this challenge won't come to an end by one bad fall or a perfectly timed creeper. This takes a lot of pressure off of me to complete the remainder of my advancements. On day 61, I'm back to setting up Star Trader. I spend all day getting the blocks in place for a water elevator and a bucket port at the top. And at night, I go to gather some kelp so that I can turn all the water in the elevator into source blocks. Then by day 62, I'm ready to send my mason up to the top and trade some clay with him. And this really turned things around for me. After all the uneasy alliance struggles, my mason makes Star Trader the easiest advancement yet, and even makes things easy for me to get him back home. Okay, I guess I won't really know until I go down there. The rest of the day is spent digging down to bedrock for caves and cliffs. It goes a bit slower than I had hoped because I ran into some caves and also a geode on my way down. But by day 63, I'm ready for the long fall. Terrified. Thank goodness, man. After you cheat death with a fall like that, it's only appropriate to reward yourself with a cookie. I'm working on eating more items for a balanced diet, and I'm approaching the end of that advancement, but I'm saving the notch apple for last. I continue hunting for a few more foods on day 64, but more importantly, I'm officially beginning my preparations for How Did We Get Here, starting with all the potion ingredients. Surprisingly, the only thing that I don't have on hand is a pufferfish, so I just hit the warm ocean near my spawn and collect a few of those, and then I find this poisonous potato. Yummy. By the end of the day, after just that little bit of hunting, I have all of the potion ingredients laid out and ready for brewing. But on day 65, I realize that I'm gonna need a few more gas tiers because I'll still need to be able to craft 4 end crystals after all of this. Plus, I need more materials for a respawn anchor. So I head back to the nether and spend a bit of time killing gas and collecting crying obsidian and glowstone. When I exit through my first nether portal, I also realize that this may be the perfect place to set up a lava pool for the feels like home advancement. This portal is right on the shoreline of the nether. There's enough room to make a 50 block long path, and I think there may even be 50 blocks of lava in this pool. So I get to work on that. Dig a trench, scoop and pour a ton of lava, and sure enough, I had plenty of it for the job. But I'll leave this set up for later. How Did We Get Here is my top priority at this point. If I can knock this out, we'll pretty much be smooth sailing from there. I pretty much spend all of day 66 brewing my potions, and I don't even get through them all because overnight, another thunderstorm begins and I want to convert a mushroom into a brown mushroom still, which means I need to leave right away to make it out there in time. Around this time, I'm also starting to get a bit worried about monsters hunted. I have a few mobs left to kill, but I can't figure out which ones they are. So on my way back home, I pause out in the open in the hopes that lightning will spawn a skeleton trap horse. It doesn't happen, but I do get to test to see if a charged creeper adds to the progress of that advancement. And it doesn't. I really don't know what I'm missing. On day 67, after my thunderstorm ends, I'm back to brewing potions. This gave me plenty of time to think about the monsters hunted problem that I was having, and I realized something pretty big. When looking at my end advancements, I could see that I still haven't earned Free the End, which is what you get when you kill the dragon. But why haven't I earned it? The only thing that I could figure was that when I fought my first dragon, since I used beds to kill it, it doesn't actually count as a player kill. So what I hope is that when I go to respawn the Ender Dragon, something I have to do anyway, I can kill it with a sword or arrow and be one step closer to completing monsters hunted. Along with this, I also realized that I still need to kill a silverfish, an endermite, and an elder guardian. So overnight, I head down to my stronghold to find one piece of infested stone brick. I throw a bunch of ender pearls at my feet, and I gather my resources to head back to the ocean monument. On day 68, as I'm flying over an ocean, I put down an invisibility potion, I put down a water breathing potion, and I take all my armor off. I drop down onto an ocean monument and gather as much prismarine brick as I can before getting hit with mining fatigue. I need at least 18 pieces to construct a conduit for How Did We Get Here, and luckily I have plenty of time to mine well beyond that. But once the Elder Guardians realize I'm there, I swim inside to slay one of them. I would love to let this clip play out for dramatic effect, but my goodness, tridents are weak without impaling. Once I'm done with that epic Elder Guardian takedown, I'm ready for my great escape. But then, I almost get rid of my water breathing on accident. That would have killed me. It's hard to make this seem cool now. Pathetic fight, almost accidentally killing myself. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. All right, day 69. I feel obligated to draw attention to this day because if I were a betting man, I would say just about everyone does. Is that something people do? Am I supposed to say 69 and then chuckle a little bit? Or do I like chuckle through it? On day 69, I spend literally all day herding chickens down into my stronghold and into the end. I'm gonna be using these guys to get me a wither rose. And surprisingly, getting them to the end was the easy part. Keeping them there was borderline impossible. Hey, oh my God, what are you doing? I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. But on day 70, I'm ready to spawn my wither. I poison my chickens, place the skulls, and wait. Nether Star and Wither Roses in hand, I don't stop there. I go ahead and respawn my Ender Dragon and take it down in a good old-fashioned fight. Oh, this dragon's scaring me. Following me around, I don't like it. Along the way, I scoop up some dragon's breath, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yep, I forgot to look at my dragon with the spyglass. Again. And what makes it worse is that I had it in my inventory, ready for just the occasion, and I still forgot about it. It's fine. We can just spawn a third one later. On day 71, I head out to my end city once again for my final end advancement. A great view from up here I've learned is actually really easy. While it says that you need to levitate 50 blocks without the effect wearing off, it doesn't actually take into consideration which direction you travel. At least on the vertical axis. So now it's time to pull off what I failed much earlier. We're getting a shulker to the overworld, but not without a freaking fight. I run into all kinds of problems on this. First, I have two shulkers begin shooting at each other. That's a bit annoying. Then I have a shulker start shooting himself, with great accuracy, I might add. And this one stumps me. How is he pulling that off? Last time I had to get a shulker to the overworld was in 1.16 in my main hardcore world. And once I had one in a boat with me, his levitation orbs wouldn't actually go anywhere. I even took him completely over the void with no issues. But this guy, we don't even make it off the tower and this is what happens. All right, if this shulker kills itself, and it actually killed itself, I can't, man. No worries, right? We'll just get a second one. But he starts shooting himself too. So I have to speed run him back to the main end island before he dies. And right as I send him through the portal, this is what happens. Did you catch it? Here, we'll go back. This is super weird, but I think I can fix it. Okay, never mind. Now I'm completely lost. Let's try relogging, I guess? Thank God. That's all it was, huh? One problem solved, but another still remains. Even as I begin moving this guy up the stairs from spawn, he's still shooting at himself, and I'm worried he's going to die. So I came up with the idea to go grab some regeneration potions so that I can keep him alive. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. If you haven't figured it out by now, this is going well beyond 1 day of time. Once I finally got this guy in the exit portal, it's already the night of day 72. And I'm not sending my shulker to the overworld at night. This dude's a loose cannon. I can already see it. He's gonna shoot a skeleton, skeleton's gonna kill him, and we'll be right back where we started. I'm gonna find something else to do for now. For the second half of day 72, I do have enough time to get my strider to the overworld and knock out Feels Like Home. Just barely. I'm sensing a trend for these advancements lately. No, please don't die. 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 Yes. I'm sorry, dude. I think you're dead. Oh my gosh. Of course that would happen. Maybe this rain was meant to be though, because on day 73, I finally realized my mistake that I made a few days earlier. I just realized I didn't even look at the dragon. Oh my gosh, man. Now, since I'm stuck just kind of twirling my thumbs for now, waiting to be able to bring my shulker to the overworld, I'm able to slip into the nether and gather a bit of blaze so that I can craft more end crystals later before returning to sleep through the night. So it all worked out all right. Day 74 is the scary one. I'm back in the end and I break the boat that my shulker is still in to officially send him back to the overworld. Now he's gonna get sent back to the world spawn while I get sent back to my village where I just slept earlier. So I have to fly back to 00 and just hope that he's there. And upon my arrival, that pesky purple box is sitting right where he should be. There he is. Oh, thank goodness, man. Oh, that's unbelievable. Okay, move him a little bit closer to the shoreline. This is plenty good. I think this will be fine. Haha, look at this box. Is he gonna be able to hit me? Oh, a straight shot. Beacon right here. Dolphin, like, chilling right here. I'm on to the scariest part. Day 74. Villagers are here to remind you, once again, they seem very excited about it. Really excited about it. Beacon, there it is. On day 75, I'm getting my How Did We Get Here setup ready. If you don't know, this is the advancement where I have to get every in-game effect applied to me at the same time. And there's some strategy required in this setup because some of the effects only last a few seconds. Step 1 is setting up my beacon. It needs to be close enough to my shulker so that I can reach it from the same place that he'll be able to hit me with levitation. This is because in the middle of the process, I'm gonna need to be able to switch the beacon from haste to resistance at about the same time I get hit with levitation, and there won't be much time to do it. I was also setting this up with 4 tiers so that I would get the Beaconator advancement at the same time. However, even with all the iron, gold, diamond, and emerald blocks that I have, I'm still just a few blocks short of completing it. But we can fix that in a bit. But step 2 is setting up my nether portal here and connecting it to the nether roof so that when I need to travel from a pillager outpost back to spawn, I'll be able to do it in just a matter of seconds. And then the third and final step of the day is building my conduit, because I'll need the conduit effect. Day 76 is like the least active day of them all. I'm just out hunting for gold blocks at ruined portals. Like, that's it. That's what I do. But I do find one of the weirdest igloos I've ever seen, so that's something. Underwater? Ooh, let this happen. Boys, this is a mess. Then on day 77, I'm able to complete my beacon right as one of my friends shows up to wish me luck. Oh, and look who shows up right as that's happening. With garbage. And with that push of motivation, I lay out my potions, get a little water tunnel set for Dolphin's Grace, and a wither rose at the end of it. All I have left is befriending a dolphin. And on day 78, that's exactly what I get. I put a dolphin in the bubble column right next to my shulker, and I name him Reggie so that he won't despawn on me. It had to be Reggie, any other name would despawn. I also realized that I almost forgot my dispenser with the spectral arrows to give myself the glowing effect. I'd be in for a rough time if I didn't remember that. But the setup is complete now, and I'm just about ready to attempt this thing. Once I build my platform on top of my ocean monument and another portal at the pillager outpost, I get my foods ready in my hotbar, and I start this chain all off with Bad Omen. We're about to get so many advancements. First, I get Voluntary Exile by killing a pillager with an ominous banner. Along with this comes Bad Omen that I can take back to my nearby village where I begin my raid. I think of all the things in this challenge, this is what I was most afraid of because it's the one thing that I've never actually done legitimately. I fought only one raid in the early days of my main hardcore world, but I failed it because I couldn't complete it within an hour. And since then, I've always relied on a raid farm. So fighting this definitely had my heart racing. The first waves were pretty easy, as you'd expect. I took out the pillagers with ease. Well, actually, the golem did most of the work. The middle waves were also pretty easy. The Ravagers couldn't touch me as long as I stuck to my rooftops. But the witches made these rounds take so much longer, because they wouldn't seem to pathfind onto anything, so I had to hunt them all down myself. Once I started having evokers show up though, I knew things got serious. I'm deathly afraid of Vexes, but I had to let them spawn at least once so that I could kill one to complete Monsters Hunted. Luckily though, I was able to isolate my first evoker at the end of a wave to complete the advancement. Yes! I kept things under control pretty well. I felt safe when I had my rooftops to myself. But in the final round, things took a turn for me. A Ravager makes it up to me, but my reaction time is too quick. But by dodging him, I wasn't out of the woods yet, because now I was left on the ground running for my life away from an army of Vindicators. Surprisingly, the Pillager mechanics seemed to work in my favor. The Vindicators were the only things focusing on me. Everyone else, including the Evokers, sort of went to the center of town to just stand around and wait. And that poor decision made by all of them allowed me to finish out my raid by picking each of them off one by one. That's a victory. Easy, with slowness still on. We're over the biggest hump for this now. I need Bad Omen again, Mining Fatigue, and I'm chilling as I head back to spawn. Potions, Golden Apple, Levitation, Swap the Beacon, Glowing, Pufferfish, Dolphin's Grace, Wither. Is frustration in effect? What? I thought I just barely wasn't fast enough for this, but looking back through the footage, I can see that my Suspicious Stew must have failed me. It was supposed to give me blindness as the final effect, but it doesn't seem to give me anything. I don't know if I'm wrong, or if I ate it wrong, or what, but the good news is, I think I can fix this. On the night of day 79, I fly out to where I have my brown mushroom. I feed him an azure flower and milk him for Suspicious Stew. Probably the weirdest thing that I've ever said. But doing this will now guarantee that these stews give me blindness, making it impossible for whatever just happened to occur again. So the way I see it, my second attempt at How Did We Get Here is my final attempt. Bad Omen, Hero of the Village, Bad Omen again, Mining Fatigue, Potions, Apple, Levitation, Beacon Swap, Glowing, Pufferfish, Dolphin's Grace, Wither, blindness. So for the record, I had a big reaction there, but with the noise gate on my mic, it kind of just sounded like a dog barking inside of a tin can. But here, I wrote down what I said, and it was a clap, followed by a woo, heck yeah. My mic worked fine after that, so we'll just pick it up from there. Oh, dude. I'm shaking. Okay. Oh my gosh. I fully completed this thing. Oh, dude, only 2 tries. I can't believe that. I wanted it to be done in 1 try. I've been practicing it. I don't know what I did wrong on the first one, but holy moly, man. Day 82, technically, because you start on day 0. And I'm chilling. I'm chilling now. Respawn anchor, easy. Totem, easy. I gotta respawn an Ender Dragon. And is that it other than Arbalistic? Smooth sailing, but I'm not done yet. Frick, man, let's just pop a totem right now. I got spares. I do not like this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that, but hey, we got the advancement. And for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to do that with no food in my inventory? Monka W? Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. We need to get Reggie out. Reggie, be free. I really appreciate your help. You killed it. You did a great job. Oh yeah, he's with his friends. Okay, still focus up though, because it is still a race against the clock. With hands down the hardest advancement now complete, I take the rest of day 82 to complete the second hidden advancement in the game, Arbalistic. I have to shoot 5 different types of mobs with 1 crossbow shot, which sounds really hard to do, but it's actually not. I spend the day luring 5 animals down into a 1 block hole, and once they're all in there, all I have to do is throw a poison potion on them and take the shot. Okay. Easy enough. On day 83, I'm in the nether collecting gas tiers again to respawn my Ender Dragon for a 3rd fight, and I begin to realize I'm pretty much at the finish line. If I really wanted to, I could have this challenge done by day 85. But that's just not as fun, and I have more ways that I could challenge myself before day 100. First though, on day 84, I begin cleaning up my village, trying to restore it to the way it was before I came in and messed it all up. I take down my water elevator from Star Trader, I take down my base jump tower from Caves and Cliffs, and I remove my bee farm. On day 85, I bring all my beehives out to a meadow to free my bees that helped me with the honey advancements. Then I collect a ton of coal, like an actual ton, because what I'm about to do for the next 10 days is gonna require a lot of torches. On day 86, I remove my beacon from spawn, and I move it out to the woodland mansion I found on day 10, because I'm gonna clear this thing. I set myself up with resistance and generation, and I spot an evoker right inside my first window. And the fewer evokers, the better, so that's my first target. I break the glass to attack, and I choke, which sets off the one thing that I didn't want. I get the kill still, but this is what hits me right after. Okay, this blows my strategy out of the window. I usually like to handle these with stealth, one mob at a time, but the Vexes make that impossible. I'm trying to wait for a break between their attacks so that I can enter and kill the remaining evokers, but their attacks are constant. After a bit though, I discover a method in their mechanics. I notice that if I'm moving in a circular fashion, they barely seem to hit me, almost like they can only charge in straight lines. I test it outside for a few minutes and it seems to be pretty effective. So I break inside and try to keep that method going. I kill a second, third, fourth, and fifth evoker, and the rest of the mansion is just a piece of cake. Vindicator, been there, done that. Skeletons, a joke. Creeper, oh man. By day 88, I have this thing cleared out. It's mine now, and I'm on to my final challenge. For the last time, I enter the nether just for some blaze rods. Then I collect some ender pearls in the end and craft as many eyes as I can because I'm going searching for other side. Just the icing on the cake of all advancements for day 100. I generally have a good idea of where my second and third strongholds are gonna be, and I'm hoping it'll just be in one of those. By night, I'm entering the second, but sadly, it has no disc. So I just build my portal and take the shortcut back home. On day 89, I get pretty close to stronghold number 3, and I end up seeing something that I never have before. It's gonna be like right under that monument, I think. It is actually underneath the monument. What am I supposed to do about that? Wait, what? I have never seen an ocean exposed stronghold. It was sitting right here the whole time. Still no music disc in this one, but I was right about it running under the monument. Yep. We knew that was gonna happen. I'm just gonna save you the pain of how the next few days go at this point, even though I think you have a pretty good idea. Stronghold number 4 doesn't have other side. Stronghold number 5 doesn't have other side. And stronghold number 6 also doesn't have other side. It's day 94 in my 7th stronghold, which also doesn't have a music disc, and I'm pretty much out of eyes and out of time. I still need to finish my last advancements. I think I'm just gonna go for another 1 cycle on the dragon, just to close it out for fun. On day 95, I have 3 left to go. I need to look at my dragon with a spyglass, fully charge a respawn anchor, and eat my notch apple. And I thought it would be kind of fun to knock them all out at the same time. I take my crystals to the end, respawn the dragon, and as soon as the towers are rebuilt, I finish what I set out to do all the way back on day 1. There it is. That's all 3 of them. Just like that. That's it. Let's close it out. Let's kill this dragon. I'll be disappointed if I mess this up, but at least it's not like the end of the world. I actually messed it up. I'm mad. It's fine. I can't believe that. Worst Minecraft player ever. 7-bed. Messed up the 7-bed. Adventure. Done. End. Done. Nether. Done. Husbandry. Done. Minecraft. Done. That is it. All advancements. Day 95. When I started this 95 days ago, I wasn't actually sure I'd be able to complete it. But here we are, crossing the finish line with 5 days to spare. I decided that I'm gonna use that leftover time to build a bit of a museum at spawn. Just a little garden that showcases some of the memorable items that I've gathered over the course of this challenge. A lot of them are originals, some are replicas, but one thing that I really wanted to donate here was my netherite armor. However, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna need at least diamond armor for the last few days. Oh, I just put cursive binding on my legs. Oh no, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, I get this place all decorated up, I build a path to connect it to the exact world spawn, and I complete it all just in time for day 100. Or 99, I don't know how people make these. Well, here comes the sunrise. Sunrise of day 99. I don't know if that's considered day 100, since the day counter starts on 0. But we're gonna play one more day anyway. I think I've done a pretty good job at including memorable things from this world so far. I got my 3 axolotls, dragon egg, obviously, first set of armor. That's actually the original set of iron armor. My netherite armor, obviously. The last 2 stone tools that I still have. I don't know what happened to the axe. I'm sure I'll find out when I go edit this. My trident, my gold helmet that made it through 100 days on 1 durability, my spyglass that I forgot to use in the dragon fight, my dragon's breath that I forgot to get in the dragon fight, my sub to SwitchBackMongo sign, my music disc and jukebox, my pumpkin that I used for dragon fight number 2, and then even the target block and piston setup that I had. I got one thing left I want to try to do that's gonna make me feel a lot better about the way I left this world though. All right, please tell me that there's 2 villagers left here. There are, yes. Take some of that. Wait, where are you going? No, we're not doing this either. Okay, well, moral of the story, throwing down a stack of bread for him, throwing down a stack of bread for my librarian. Ideally, they'll eventually build their village back up. Rebuild, fix what I have broken. Wait, I have more villagers I need to let out. Be free, one last sleep. It's too far away. We did it. Day 100. Let's go. 100 days, all advancements, 1.18. It's done. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'd also like to give credit to Feinberg and Fyro for their speedrunning work. I've learned a lot of strategies from their videos that came in to help me a ton here. Anyway, no one cares about an outro on a video this long, so GG, I'll see you all soon.